There's a sail on the flat. Sail on the flat.
That's a pair of slammers, boys.
Nice fish.
Feeling pretty tough, man. Here with Captain Tadd VanDemark. Tadpole. Is that your God-given name?
That's my fish-given name.
Nice fish, you're right. As we go wintertime bone fishing here in Key Largo, and we have so many things stacked against us, go ahead and run down all the things going against us catching bonefish.
Well, I'll tell you, we started off about 5 days ago. We've probably had the coldest cold front we've had in years.
Yep.
It got down to 39 degrees here in Key Largo, which is set records. I know they set records in Key West also. So the water temperature is drastically dropped. It's in the mid-60s, which is not a good thing.
No.
We have an east-northeast wind at 15 to 20. We have no sun as we can see,
No,
so that's
none whatsoever.
no, and we have the wrong tide.
And Cal Sutphin on board.
Well, okay, yeah, Cal's on board, and we're in deep caca.
All right, guys, stick with us. If we catch up one bonefish, it'll be the most remarkable job Tadd VanDemark ever did. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
This is paradise. I mean, it really is. If you see what we have here to offer in the Keys, we have more mangroves, I think, than anybody in the world. Our fishery is incredible. If you look at all the fish that we have here to catch, the species, I mean, it's anywhere from tarpon, permit, bonefish, redfish, snook, ladyfish, jacks, small groupers, snappers. And I could go on and on. Pompanoes, bluefish, that's just on your inshore species. So, and there's no place that I know in the United States that you can get this kind of fishing. So it makes me come back, you know, when I'm on the tour and I'm red fishing. I love to redfish. Now when I come back to the Keys, I would prefer not to redfish. But I do, and we have a pretty good red fishery. I mean, there's a lot of places in the United States that have a lot better red fishery than we do. But nobody has bonefish that we do. There are a few places in Florida that have some permit, but probably nowhere near like what we do. And of course, our tarpon fishing is probably second to none. You know, your average temperature here, and you know, and I don't know for facts, but I would say majority of the time we're over 70 degrees most of the time. Unfortunately, over the last week, we've been under 50 degrees as a high. You know, I tell you what, Cal, when I'm up here on these flats, I look for a lot of sharks, and believe it or not, a lot of bonefish will be in the same areas, especially the bonnet heads up here. When I can find a concentration of bonnet heads, I would venture to say most of the time, bonefish aren't far behind. What I use is I use an Eagle Claw 189 bait holder hook, and the reason I use a bait holder hook is if you can see, it's got two little barbs in behind on the shank that hold your bait on. And when you're using shrimp, you need something to keep that shrimp on, so when you fire that shrimp in the direction that you need, it'll hold it on there. I use anywhere from a number 1, a number 2, a 1-0, a 2-0, all the way to sometimes a 3-0. And 3-0 is a pretty big hook, but depending on the time of the year and the size of your bait, I use a circle knot or a jig knot, which gives this hook, if you can see this hook, it can go anywhere it wants to go. Now, if I was to tie that hook directly to the eye and make it stout, as you can see, it doesn't move. So when you're sitting on when your shrimp is on the bottom and you just want to just barely move it because of any unordinary movement from a bait will cause the bonefish to just see you later, bye, gotta go, going to lunch. But if you can sit there and you can just barely move that line, as you can see, that line moves. What I do is I bite or tear the tail off. I take the hook, I throw the hook in as far as I can get it to roll around the hook, okay? And most people come out the bottom. I don't. I come out on the shell on the side, which helps hold it. And if you watch, as I push, the hook rolls, okay? So now when you get there, you have a hook that's sitting up on the top versus underneath. Okay, you can also make this bait weedless, by going in, going back out. There's a million ways to do it, but where we're fishing today, we don't have a lot of grass. We have a lot of hard bottom. So I would rather have that hook sticking up than sticking down. I very seldom do ever pull with any kind of speed. You know, I mean, when you're bone fishing, you can't be hauling booty. You've got to just take your time and float along. And I mean, the gray ghost is the gray ghost. He appears as fast as he disappears. There'll be times when you'll see him way up in there, so you got to keep your eyes out up in there too. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Keep your head down, keep your head down. Don't move hard. Just let it fall now, Cal. Let it sit. Open your bail and let it free line go, because we're going to float away from him. Okay, just barely move it a little bit. Bail's open. Drag it towards you a little bit. Open your bail and let the line go. Just click your bail and see what happens. Just click it over. He'll know. Get him. Just lift. You got him. Yeah, that's all right. He's not going to go far. He's cold. Yeah, just drift away from it. That's all right. You're good. He's real. Good. Real. Try to keep him away from that mangrove shoot. You can't. Just let him go. Let him go. There you go. Good. See, he knows where that shoot is. That's all right. Let him come. That's a big fish. Pull, Cal, pull. Good. Pull, good. You ain't nothing you can do. Lift up on your right tip. Lift up. Good. Lift up. Try to keep him out of those roots. I'm trying to go backwards as we speak. You're good. Just play the game with him. Yeah, just keep the line tight. That's the big key right there. Yeah, he's digging. You're good. I'm coming down. Watch your feet. Just keep playing him like that. He shouldn't go anywhere. It's a good fish, Cal. Left side. I'm going to put the power pole down. Get off the cooler and come all the way to the back. Okay, good. It's coming right at you. That's a big fish. Got him.
Boy, that is great. God, a 66 degree Tadd. 66 degrees, and that's a 9, maybe 10 pounder.
It's a good fish, I can tell you that.
14, 15 pounder if I ever saw one.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're all in there, buddy.
Amazing how things look a lot smaller on TV. Yeah, I think I let him eat.
Go ahead. Put it in the rod holder.
Okay. And I'd love, maybe if you could to the camera, just explain the biology of a bonefish, the way their mouth is down so they can dig up the bottom.
If you look at this fish, and I don't want him to fly away, but you'll notice that his fish is on, his mouth is on the bottom. Here in the Keys, we say tails in the air. When they eat, their mouth is on the chin. And in order for them to eat the crabs and shrimp, they have to go down. Well, when one end goes down, the other end's got to come up. So this is a great fish, Cal. We'll hold him up for the camera.
Yeah. I'll get my digital camera.
There. The fish weighs about 7.5, 8 pounds, I'm going to guess.
Beautiful.
You know, very good fish. But if you notice the top, you see how dark he is?
Yeah.
He's soaking up that sunlight because it's cold.
All right. 66 degrees, is that what you said?
65.6 degrees. Now, all I do is I just put him back in. I hold onto his tail. I just work that lactic acid out of him like this, and the water's cold, so he should be in very good condition. We didn't exert a lot of energy like you would in the summertime. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the setups and the programs that we use when we bonefish here in the Keys. Not only is this bone fishing, but you can also use this in a lot of different other fishing, applications. I start off with a stiffy rod, which is probably one of my favorite rods, 7'6". I like a longer rod with a lighter tip or a fast tip so that I'm able to throw a small shrimp a long distance. This stiffy rod has a very light tip. I use a 2500 series reel. This one happens to be from Daiwa. I also use other brands, Tika. You got to hold a lot of line. Most of these fish will run anywhere from 150 to 200 yards of line off in about 30 seconds. So you have to have the capacity that you need.
That was pretty exciting. We worked the shoreline here at Key Largo. Water temperature was around 64 to 65. Then we kind of came around the edge, never really even saw signs of life. Actually, the exact opposite. A couple of dead fish from this cold snap, which now is a very good sign. And we came in this little bay, and boy, Tadd picked it. He says if we get that water temperature up another degree or two, could see a nice fish or two. And wasn't 5 minutes later, we see that bonefish moving along in here. Cal made some incredibly horrid casts and still got the thing to eat. That gives you that much more testament to how good Tadd is. Well, hopefully 2 more to go. Tadd's calling a shot.
Cows, when you see the mangrove shoots like those,
right?
You see how they come away from the little batch?
Yep.
They'll go in between them. They'll go do this number.
Oh.
And of course, you're done.
Yep.
But if you leave the bail open, like I told you earlier,
Sure.
We can get over there and we can lift the mangrove up,
Nice.
take the line underneath it, and get a shot at catching.
That was great. And I did have to thumb the spool a little bit to horse them to keep them from over there. And that's where, what kind of a pound fluorocarbon was that?
20.
Is it really? Boy,
Yeah.
that sucker.
It's great to have somebody that knows how to palm a spool. I don't teach anybody that,
Sure.
but if you have somebody that can do that, when I told you to pull hard, I noticed that you grabbed the spool and you really did well, which kept them away from those other mangrove shoots.
Yeah. I was still light enough where if he decided to run, I wasn't going to.
You can let go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that was awesome. I still can't believe 66-degree water.
1 down, 2 to go. When you're bone fishing, you never know which way that fish is going to go. So it just, unless you have 2 quality anglers on board that can play the Chinese fire drill, it's tough.
So what the heck are you saying?
But I'm not there.
You're saying I'm not a quality angler?
Oh no, you've done a great job.
Son of a. I know what he's saying. But believe me, it takes a lot more to hurt my feelings than that.
Yeah, I've already tried that over the years.
That, having good set of eyes. That was all that was there, was having a great set of eyes. Hey, I just want to say a little something. This is to all the male egotistical men out there. You can learn a little lesson from what Captain Tadd did when I was hooked up to those bonefish, constantly shouting out instructions. Some people, manly men, may mistake that, thinking that he's yelling at them or saying that they don't know how to fish correctly, and that's not the case. If I did any of those things or didn't listen to Tadd on any of those instructions, we would have lost that fish. So the manly men out there, Mr. Bassmaster, who watches so much ESPN that you think you have to rip the fish's lips off, take a page out of Tadd VanDemark's book and listen to the captain. That's from Cal to you.
Not particularly in this exact spot, but you know what? We found a pattern, Cal, that these fish are on the edge of the drop-offs here. I mean, even though this water is still shallow, this water is anywhere from about probably 1.5 to 2 feet, which is where we caught that last fish. So that tells me that we need to be in that 1.5 to 2 foot of water. So I'll still have the same line, but I'll have a tendency to venture in and out every once in a while. But this shows us a pattern. There's another fish right here, Cal, right here in front of the boat, right here. See him? A big one. Let it go. Ah, man, they're tough. We're going to try to gain a little bit here. They're really, really hard to see, though. I see them. They're going off. See that shark? Okay, they're just behind that shark and to the left of them. I can't tell you right now. Just hang tight. We're going to drift away from them. They're right dead in front of you. Easy, short. Let it sit, just let it fall. Let it fall, they're right on it. Just let them fall. Open your bail. Get it. They all go. They're all going out this other direction, which is good. Let them go. No, you're all right. I don't mind that. I just didn't want him to run through them. I just want to park our nose back this way a little bit. Yeah. They're getting smaller, but you're still catching them.
Hold them upside down, calm them down a little bit. Take that hook out of their mouth. Beautiful, and that's about a 4-pounder.
Yep.
Beautiful. You okay with me releasing them, Ted?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You got it, buddy.
Grab a shrimp. Let's get another one.
Yeah, you got it. Look at that. Quick as anything. It's funny what Tad said about finding the correct water depth. We just did a TV show with Scott Walker on the tail walker. We're in 150 feet of water. He found that it seemed like most of the fish were 180 to 200 feet. Once he found that depth, that's where the fish were. And take that to a much smaller and shallower level, we're doing virtually the same thing now.
There's some big, deep holes up here. Sometimes they'll get in there. This hole right here is where I've caught the most in one day. 7.
Do you have to pull all the way back out the way you came?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, we're at this top secret area now. I'm not going to say where because I don't want to betray Captain Tadd VanDemark's, I guess, confidence in me. But it's near an airport and it's a flat here in Key Largo. I'm not going to tell you where though. So this is really an amazing place. We went and caught 3 bonefish. Should have been 4. Thank you, Tad. And saw lots of bonefish. Now we've worked our way into actually warmer water temperature, and it's been a little bit more difficult, but right now there's a lot of water being pushed out of this flat, so we're going to keep on keeping on and see what we can do up here in Key Largo.
We were in the mangroves. We're a place where we'll be, bone fishing quite a bit throughout the year. And it's got little mangrove shoots. And when these fish take off, they seem to know where every mangrove shoot is in the world. I got wrapped around 2 mangrove shoots, and I know that if I had been using monofilament line, I would have never caught those fish. But because I had Power Pro, I was able to catch both of those fish that wrapped around those mangrove shoots. So Power Pro is any kind of braid. I like Power Pro because they've treated me right and done very good things for me. Whole school of little ones. Just let it fall. Let it fall. Stop.
Oh, they all went right by it.
They're coming back, Cal. They're coming back. Don't move.
Big one's got it.
You're going to be behind them. You see them flashing on the flash right there? Pick it up, Cal. Pick it up. Need to go. Okay, let me tell you when to go. See them? Right there? Yep, they're going away from us. Let it fall. Just let it fall. Let it fall right there. They should be all over it. Just let it go. Let it sit. They're little. They're right there. He's on. He's on. He's on. Reel, 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 reel. There's a whole school. Look at them all go. Just let him do whatever he wants to do. You have no problems out here. Matter of fact, I'm going to put the power pole down. You're just going to fight. Nope. No, it ain't going to be double hookup.
Yeah, it's amazing how they all get hopped up and they all wonder what he's doing. I love that. He knows little.
Yes, they will.
Ground, I know everyone says to get that rod tip as high as possible,
That's
right?
correct. He's not real big, but he's a bone.
Boy, it's amazing. I love when the other ones get all jacked up, almost like dolphin fish. Wondering, here he is.
Yep.
There he is. Beautiful fish. And there's a whole school of them, all just sitting there. Now, were they moving? Were they active?
They were just on this. They were on this little brown patch right here. They were just kind of mingling when I saw them.
Boy, you had great eyes picking them up because it was murky water over there.
You want to see how feisty they are when the water's cold? These little buggers can be feisty.
Another advantage of that braid is I could actually feel him chomping on it.
Chomp.
Yeah, you could feel like the sensitivity of that perfectly. That's about the average size bonefish, isn't it?
Yeah, probably 4 to 6 pounds in here. This is a little bit right around 4 pounds, I'm going to say.
Look at, I don't know if it shows up on camera, but there's a little blue tinge on the edge of their fins that is just gorgeous.
You can see it right here.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah, that's a beautiful fish, beautiful fish.
And their whole area of deception is reflecting, right?
Exactly, that's where they're going to get the majority of getting away from their predators and everything like that. You know, it's a good fish.
Beautiful.
Any fish on a day like today is a great fish. We've caught 2 in 15 minutes.
Oh, nice. Let me knock it out of your hand first.
Yeah.
Really quickly, how do you rate this bone fishing day for what odds we had to overcome?
I think we did I think we had a great day. I mean, the odds that we had this morning, when we had very little sun, you know, we had the wrong tide. We had 63-degree water, 62.4 at some places. Plus, we just had a cold front 5 days ago. I think we did well. You know, we could have caught a couple more. You know, had we had a little bit better visibility at times.
Oh, I thought you were gonna take another shot at me.
No, you did good, Cal. You did. I was proud to have you on the bow.
Thank you, Tadd. That was beautiful, man. Guys, see you again. Tadd VanDemark, man.
There's a place out on the ocean, ain't on a map anywhere. The captain's looking at the water, he knows exactly where to steer. No internet or Wi-Fi towers, all that stress is gone. The line's just went in the water, and somebody else fish on. And it's just another day, reeling in the keys. We got that fishing feeling, there's no place we'd rather be. We're a million miles from nowhere, but we ain't lost at sea. Just loving life, living the dream, reeling in the keys.